Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Harper. I am a financial associate with Luxor Technologies. And today we are going to be talking about how to hedge your Bitcoin mining operations using Luxor's hash price NDF. And to do that, we are going to be using our Bitcoin mining hedging calculator, which is available at luxor.tech/derivatives/hedge calculator. If you would like more information about Luxor's hash price NDF, please visit luxor.tech/derivatives or reach out to myself at ben.harper@luxor.tech or matt.williams@luxor.tech. And we'd be happy to tell you more about our hash price NDF and how you can use that to hedge your Bitcoin mining operations. So to use Luxor's hash price hedging calculator, you have to do two simple steps. The first is to input information in these top three boxes: hash rate, electricity usage, and electricity costs, about the specifics of your Bitcoin mining operation. So for this example, I'll pretend that I have 100 S19J Pros operating. And to get information on the hash rate and electricity usage, I'm going to visit hashrateindex.com/rigs, which will get me all the information about the machines in my fleet. So for this specific model, each machine is 100 terahashes. 100 terahashes is 0.1 petahashes. And so if I have 100 machines, I should have 10 petahashes to input into our mining calculator. We also see here that each S19J Pro uses 3050 watts, which is 3.05 kilowatts. So for 100 machines, we should be using 305 kilowatts. For the electricity costs, I'm just going to assume 6 cents, but of course you would input whatever value you are paying for electricity with your operations. The second step is to then enter specific information around the NDF that you would use to hedge. And then we're going to use this information to get a sense of how the NDF impacts your revenue and bottom line in different scenarios with different hash prices playing out. So to get a sense of where the market is currently, I'm going to visit hashrateindex.com/network data/BTC, where you can see the most recent hash price was $70.96. Now, unit hash prices for Luxor's hash price NDF are subject to market conditions. So if you would like more specifics on where the market is currently in terms of trading specific durations of hash rate, please reach out to myself or Matt Williams. But for now, we're going to just use the spot price of hash price, which is $70.96. So we'll input that here. Next, you input the percentage of hedged hash rate you would like. So some miners will choose to hedge their entire operations. Other miners will look to just hedge their costs. There is a number of different strategies that could be used. To start, though, I'm going to input 0 here just to show you the dynamics of how the calculator works. And then we will bring that up and show you different examples. And we will do a 30-day duration as our kind of final parameter here. But of course, Luxor's hash price NDF is completely customizable. So if there's a duration you're interested in, you can input that as well. So we've inputted this information, and you can see on the right-hand side that the fields have been populated with different scenarios and their corresponding information. So when we look at the top here, the top row indicates the different scenarios that we're evaluating. The middle scenario, which has 0, percentage change from unit hash price, assumes that for the entire 30-day contract, you are hashing at a unit hash price of $70.96. And that's ultimately the income that you are deriving. So in a scenario where that is unchanged, 100 S19 Pros at 100 terahashes per unit would mine $21,288 in revenue. Now, if the settlement rate or the hash price that you were mining at would have increased 10%, or 25%, or 50%, then the corresponding mining revenue can be found in these different fields. We've also included negative values, so you can see how if hash price were to drop, either from an increase in network difficulty or a decrease in Bitcoin's price or a drop in transaction fees, there would be less mining revenue if hash price were to decline. Now, we've put 0 for our hedged hash rate, so this second line is completely blank. We'll return to that in a second. Net revenue, obviously, is the same as the top line where there's no NDF. And your electricity costs for these machines are about $13,000. Now, the overall profit shows you your mining revenue less total electricity costs. You can see how in this unhedged scenario, a miner would do very well if hash price were to rise, getting $18,756 profit if hash price were to rise 50% above $70.96. However, our miner would experience a $2,500 loss if hash price were to fall 50%. So now we're going to input a percentage of our hash rate that we wish to hedge at that $70.96 value. So let's input 50% here. So now what you see is the same mining revenue in the top line, but a gain or loss associated with Luxor's hash price NDF. And so because this is a hedge, when the value of hash price rises, a miner will experience a loss on the NDF contract. However, when hash price falls, the miner will experience a profit, which can be seen in this line here. Now, our net revenue number has changed. It now takes into account the unhedged revenue plus our NDF gain or loss, and you can see that in this third line here. Electricity costs are the same, they are unchanged, and you can see at the bottom how these overall profit loss number has changed now that we've decided to hedge our operations. The observation to make here is that on both sides, the up scenario and the down scenario, the miner's profile is changed. So using our hedging tool, there is less downside. Our miner is now not in a situation where they would be experiencing a loss if hash price were to fall 50%. However, they've given up some of that upside on the top end, and you can see that the profit is less than it would be in an unhedged scenario. Now, let's do an example where we look at hedging 100% of your mining revenue. In this scenario, Luxor's hash price NDF would completely lock in a miner's revenue, assuming they were up and operating for the entire duration of the contract. Our mining revenue line has not changed. Our NDF gain loss is now completely offsetting any change in revenue that a miner would experience from fluctuations in hash price. And so you see on the third line that the net revenue of miners is equal in all scenarios, even though we're seeing drastic moves in hash price. You then look at the bottom lines, and this carries through from not just the top line, but all the way down to a miner's bottom line. Even with moves in hash price, if a miner is hedging 100% of their hash rate using Luxor's NDF, then a miner is able to lock in and get certainty on their revenue and bottom line. This is really the purpose and why we rolled out this product first. It is a simple and easy use product for Bitcoin miners to get certainty on their revenue and hedge their operations and reduce their risk.